All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. And in this very video, we are continuing with the DLP solution, CurrentWare. So we are going to set up the client setup. The client it has to be on every endpoint that you want to monitor within your network. So as I showed you in the first video, let me bring up the topology once again. And so we've got a Windows Server 2022 where we have installed the CurrentWare server in our previous video. The server is on 10.10 and we now want to install the client, which is more or less like an agent on the Windows 10 PC. Windows 10 machine is on 10.20. So during the installation of this software, it's going to ask us for the IP address of the machine that is running the CurrentWare server, which will require we put in 10.10. Okay, so let's jump into the Windows 10 machine right about now. So this is the Windows 10 machine. Already moved the client setup to this machine. So we just double click on this client setup and it comes up with this wizard. We go to next, and here it says we should enter the IP address or the computer name of the machine running the CurrentWare server. In this case, my Windows Server 2022 is the CurrentWare server, and the IP address is 192.168.10.10. So if you are running the CurrentWare server on your laptop and you don't have another system to use as a client, then you could as well install this client setup on the same laptop running your server. And then in that case, the IP address of your laptop is what we are going to enter here. We go to next and we go to install. All right, at the end of this installation, we are going to reboot this machine, and that's it. So as you can see on the screen, we are about to finalize the installation. A system reboot is recommended to apply the CurrentWare client configuration changes. Click on finish and you go ahead and reboot this machine. Okay, so the client setup installation is completed, and this Windows 10 machine, let's go to the CMD of this Windows 10 machine. And just to confirm, IP config, and this guy is on 10.20, and as you can see, is able to get to the server, which is on 10.10. all right, get to the CurrentWare. So at the installation of the CurrentWare server, the server has a shortcut here on the desktop of this machine after installation. So we are going to double click on this guy, and it's going to open up in a browser, whichever browser that is your default browser. You can actually access this server using the IP address of this machine, but then it must be on port 8998. So that's the port number that you have to attach. So you could actually do https / then the IP of your server, which in my own case is 192.168.10.10:8998, and then you should get to this interface. In this case, I'm using the computer name. The moment you double click on the shortcut on desktop, it's going to open up by default using the computer name. All right, now in here, you remember during the setup of the server, we created an operator account, username and password. I use admin as a username, and I have to enter what the password is, and I'm going to remember this and then sign in. All right, so we are into the server console, and we just have to do some finalization of the setup of the server. We haven't logged into the server ever since the first day we installed it. So here you need to answer some questions. How many employees? I'm going for 1 to 50, and go down to the bottom and go to next. Now, which industry best describe your organization? So let's select technology and IT services and go to next. Now, what area of your business are you most focused on improving with CurrentWare? compliance frameworks, productivity, reducing costs, securing our environment. So let's look at compliance. Let me see. Okay, you can actually select more than one. So I'm going to go for improving our productivity, compliance, and securing our environment. Maybe reducing costs as well. Let's go to next. What are your primary reasons for using CurrentWare? Compliance, productivity. Let's look at incident management and reporting, insider threats, USB blocking and device control, website and application control. Yeah. So CurrentWare actually has capabilities of filtering websites and all that. So let's look at remote work force management. Like those working from home want to be able to monitor what they are doing. So click on complete setup and that's it. So close, and this takes us into the interface. Not yet. And finish. Okay, so I think I've clicked on. Is there anything we can help you with? I'm all set. Okay, so we should get into the interface of this machine. Let's close this. And these are the four solutions. Access Patrol is about device control and data loss prevention. That's what this solution will give us. Monitor and control devices like removable devices like flash, external hard drive, etc. The web content filter is what this guy is going to help us do, blocking both websites and web applications. And then you want to monitor your employees, keep an eye on what they do with their productive time. Then you can use Browse Reporter. And then you want to be able to conserve energy and reduce cost. Then you can enable Empower Manager. So for companies that already have next generation firewalls like Fortinet or Palo Alto firewalls, you probably will not be going for this solution, web content filter, because your firewall must have taken care of that. So you could see I only have 3 days left. After that, the trial will expire. Okay, so you remember I just said 14 days trial. All right, so this is the interface of this solution. And now I'm going to go to Access Patrol, and now there is a tutorial video on how to use this. So I'm going to skip that. Don't show me this again. Got it. And so once again, let's take a look at, let me scroll up. So let's take a look at Access Patrol. Okay. So under the Access Patrol, you can go to Dashboard, you can go to Manage. So under the Manage, you're going to see a list of computers that you have. Now, these PCs showing here are PCs that we have the client software installed on. So this very server we are on, Windows Server 2022, has the CurrentWare server installed. And then we just installed a client on both a Windows 10 PC and also on the server as well. So the more clients we have this solution, the clients installed on, the more systems we have displayed here. So I've installed the client software on 10.20, which is my Windows 10 machine. And I've also installed it on the server itself, which is 10.10. So I've got 2 PCs showing up here. And you could see the status of these machines connected. All right. Now, let's also create departments. Like we want to create user groups. So if you are familiar with Active Directory domain, that's similar to what we want to do now. So on the computers here, I'm going to hover my mouse on computers and then click on these dotted lines, these dots here. And then you go to add new group. So let me create like 4 groups: HR, And let's also create ICT as well as sales and finance. So this should be finance. Let us create sales. But you can go on to create as many departments as you have in your own environment. So I've got, so let me create one more. I'm going to name it servers. Now on the servers group, I'm going to add the server to that group. And on the PC1, we'll go into sales department, assuming that the staff or the person using this PC01 is a member of sales department. So how do we add these machines to those departments? So over here, you can see the machines here. So I'm going to tick the server, and up here, you see move, and we can actually move it to the department that we want to move it to. So this server should go to servers. So click on move, and then destination group, we'll have to drop down and select the destination, which of course is servers. So I have to scroll down a bit. So this is servers here, and click on move, and the server has disappeared here. But if we click on servers tab or group, we can see the machine. Now another machine we have to move is the PC01. So select that PC, go to move, destination will be sales department, and move it. All right, so you can create more departments. Hover your mouse on computers and click on these dots, and then you see new group. All right, so in this video, we have been able to see the interface of the CurrentWare server. And apart from that, we have installed the client software on the end user devices. I have a PC01, which is a Windows 10 PC. We installed the client on it, and I've also gone ahead to install the client on the server itself. And then I have a total of 2 devices. I want to control and monitor what they are doing. Now you could see for this free trial, we've got 10 licenses in total. So far, we have used 2 licenses out of the 10 because we've got a server and a Windows 10 PC having the client installed on them. So I want to believe that this video is helpful and will also help you to set up your own client software on your end devices like Windows 10 PCs, and go ahead and create groups or departments as you have it in your own environment. This actually will be good for your home lab setup. All right, so if you found value in this, please support the channel, subscribe, like, and share this video. See you in the next video when we begin to create policies and begin to test out these policies. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.